I used to be a complete asshole, and not only to other people, but to myself, to the point where I didn't even want to be around myself. And that's when I knew I needed to make a change. I'm here to give you 5 ways that you can become more of a positive person. Number one, gratitude. Gratitude, I like to think, is a scientific term for happiness. It's pretty much instant happiness in the moment. And if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling depressed, and you really aren't seeing anything in a positive light, what you can do is say one thing that you're grateful for. Every morning I like to start my day with something that I'm grateful for, whether that be your parents, your friends, an object, something that just brings you joy. And what this does is forces your brain to think positive thoughts instead of thinking negative. And over time, if you keep stacking up gratitude day after day, you start to see life in a more positive way, and you start to appreciate the things around you that you didn't really appreciate before. I've been practicing gratitude for the past 6 to 9 months, and it's been a huge game changer for me. It totally flipped my negative mindset to a more positive mindset. It makes me appreciate the things that I didn't even appreciate before. Number two, being more compassionate. Being more compassionate allows you to not only see people in a more positive light, you get to almost one you almost get the feeling of helping others. Like, if someone said something to you that it kind of rubbed you the wrong way and it kind of left you with a bad taste in your mouth, it kind of made you to hate that person that said that to you. And so what you can do with this is kind of be more compassionate, understand where they're coming from, understand why they said that. Because if it's a friend of yours or a family member, I'm sure they didn't actually mean to hurt your feelings like they did. And this is where resentment comes in. If you just leave that bad taste in your mouth and you walk away, you still have resentment built up inside of you. For the longest time, I've had resentment built up inside of me, and months would go by and I would just fucking explode. Like everything would all come out, and I didn't even know how to get rid of all that negative energy. Being more compassionate allows you to kind of let things go more and kind of understand where people are coming from. It's almost like a game, trying to understand where people are coming from, reading people in the room. This person said this to someone. Words are energy. And if you understand that certain words just have a negative energy to them. So if someone's saying something to you and a lot of the words are just negative, and you start seeing that person in a negative light, it's not the person that's negative, it's just the words that are coming out of that person are negative. So that person is probably dealing with a negative situation, or he's having negative problems in his life. And being more compassionate allows you to see people in a more positive position. Number three, loving yourself and finding yourself. How you treat others is how you treat yourself. And for the longest time, I didn't even like who I was. How am I gonna like anyone else if I can't even like myself? I've met a lot of people who just treat others like complete trash for no reason. And I found out that it's not even that they mean to treat the person like that. It's just, that's really just how they treat themselves on the inside, and they don't even know it. So what they do is they lash out on people because they don't even know what to do with themselves. They don't even know how to express themselves to people. So they lash out on people because that's how they treat themselves. By loving yourself, not only are you full with yourself, you can kind of give that energy to other people that really need it. It's kind of like you have a full cup and then you pour in other people's cups and fill them up. If you love yourself, and I'm not talking like an ego way, like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, of course I love myself, not like that. I mean, like, if you're being authentic and you're being true to yourself, you'll automatically have a full cup of energy. You're automatically a positive person if you are true to yourself. So what you do with this, you can get that energy that you have from that and then fill other people's cups. You can be more positive and spread more positive energy if you start loving yourself. And people will notice that. People take into account if you are comfortable with yourself, or if you're feeling negative about yourself and you don't even like, you kind of seem insecure, your body language is kind of closed up. But if you love yourself, you're open and you can just give energy to people that really need it, and it's really rejuvenating. Step 4, mindfulness. What I mean by mindfulness is being mindful of the thoughts that you have and the words that you say to people. So what I like to do is I meditate every day. And what this does is allows you to live in the present moment and not just get in your head all the time. I've had this one time I was at work and all these negative thoughts would just pop up in my head, like intrusive thoughts too, like brutal thoughts of like, oh, what if this family member's dead? What if this family member died? It's just like stuff like that would just always pop up in my head, and I feel like I could not get away from it. And meditating has really helped me. I've been doing it for about 10 months now, almost every day. For the past 3 months, I've been really consistent every single day. And it really allows me to be present. It allows me to not pay attention to those thoughts. Regardless, you will still have thoughts in your brain. But it's up to you what you do with those thoughts. You can either go into the thought, or you can just let it go. Because that's how thoughts come when they go. It's like a wave. It's like waves from an ocean. Meditation is just really good for getting rid of anxiety and negative thoughts. I even had this one time, I was sitting at home, and I would always just like get visions, like, oh, what if this person doesn't come back home? And like these thoughts would start running through my head. Oh, what if it's this? What if it's that? And my mind would start racing. I wasn't even present in the moment. I was just living in my head. So meditation really helps. All you can do is just 3 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. And if you're consistent with it, then those thoughts will slowly start going away. And you'll begin to be more present, and then therefore you'll be more of a positive person. Also with mindfulness is journaling. And I've been journaling for the past, since May 2022, I've been journaling like almost every day. My thoughts, my feelings, my actions, everything. When you do have a negative thought, what you can do, or a negative situation, you can go and write it down in your journal and just like kind of look at it from a third person perspective, and then kind of introspect on it and look, why do I see these words? Oh, why did he think that? Why did that person say that to me? You can start kind of thinking about it more. And this goes back to being compassionate, like understanding where people are coming from. And journaling allows you to be more mindful of your thoughts, because if you just bottle in all your thoughts in your brain and there's no output for it, then you're just gonna explode. You're just gonna have these like big panic attacks. You're gonna have these big like gaps you're gonna have like a big rut. You're gonna get into all these types of things. And journaling allows you to just vomit on a page, like just spit out how you're feeling and and it really just allows you to solve problems. Like on that piece of paper, you literally just write whatever you want. There's no rules, you just write. You just vomit on a piece of paper, and some of the feelings might come out when you're writing, and that's a good thing. That means it's working. If you journal every day, if you write down something you don't like, or something that you could be grateful for, like being grateful, you write down what you're grateful for, kind of forces your mind to be more positive. So meditation and journaling are really good for mindfulness. Step 5, say thank you. Say thank you for everything. This could be anything. Even if it's not worth a thank you, just say thank you, and then say if you did something for someone, they say thank you, say you're welcome. Stuff like that, just say thank you and mean it with conviction. Thank you. You see, becoming more positive takes time, and you kind of have to realize that. Like I said before, your words are energy. So if you're constantly saying nice, positive words, you'll start to feed in on those words, that energy. You become more positive. Even if it's like the slightest thing someone did for you, just say thank you. Because being thankful for things, you don't have to be thankful for something on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm talking about? On Thanksgiving, people say, oh, I'm thankful for this. Be thankful every day. Fuck that shit. Be thankful every day. Say thank you to your parents, your friends, stuff like that. You'll become more of a positive person. I do have an actionable step for you. If you're watching this, I want you to write down one thing that you are grateful for. Get out a piece of paper and write down one thing that you're grateful for. Matter of fact, I'll do it with you. Piece of paper. I have a journal, but I'm just writing this down on a piece of paper. We're gonna do this together, right? Alright. I'm grateful for my phone camera because it allows me to make videos and spread good knowledge. That's all it is. Boom, on a piece of paper. Get a journal, get something and start writing down things. So I have another actionable step for you. What you can do right now, next time someone does something for you, say thank you. Have some fucking manners, bro. Just say thank you. That's all you have to do, is just those little comments, they add up. It's like a compound effect. And over time, you keep being more positive, you keep saying more positive words, you'll become more of a positive person easily. It takes time though. You can't expect it to happen overnight. And it might not feel easy at first to become more positive if you're stuck in a whole negative scene. Because being positive, it takes time. It's like a discipline. You do something each day that you could do. Some things I do want to end off the video with, this is some things that you can keep in mind, is who are you surrounded with? What are you influenced by? What are the words that come out of their mouth? Because you can feel energy. You can feel if a situation is stressful or negative, or if you can feel someone who's actually grateful and positive. You can feel these types of things. So you should recognize that. Get rid of negative people. Get rid of people that put limiting beliefs in your brain. Get rid of people who say bad words and negative words to you, because you feed on that. You might not know it. You might not want to accept it, but your subconscious mind feeds on that type of stuff. And all of a sudden you start saying what they're saying, and then all of a sudden you're as negative as that person. Good job. So who you're influenced by, and music too. Music is amazing, right? But a lot of like the mainstream like rap, especially rap, and a lot of hip hop, if you listen to the words, a lot of it is just straight negative. It's straight degenerate negative, and that shit is right next to your ear, and you're feeding on that. It's right next to your brain, and they're saying a bunch of fucking bullshit, like, and you're just feeding on that. So what you can do is just start listening to more uplifting, positive music that actually gives you energy. Another thing to keep in mind is you might not be able to control how you feel, but you can control how you act. Being more positive is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's not something that you can't control. You can control it. You can be more positive whenever you want. And so if you genuinely want to be more positive, take the first step. Text your friend right now. Text someone who you are truly grateful for, and just send them a paragraph real quick, out of nowhere, just for the hell of it. Why not? And the last thing that I really want you to keep in mind is you don't have to take life so serious. Like, you might think, okay, I'm not making progress. Like, you might have these limiting beliefs, these negative thoughts in your brain. But I just want you to let you know that life doesn't have to be so serious. Life is an experience. God put you on this earth to live life as an experience, not to huddle away in your room and just be stuck in these negative loops in your brain. It's not that serious. Let it go. Let go of that conversation that made you upset. Let go of that person that made you so negative. Have some fun. Maybe laugh a little. What makes you laugh? What makes you smile? These types of things, like, you really gotta it's up to you to put yourself in these situations where you can thrive and you can be more positive. Like I said in the beginning, I was a fucking dickhead. Not only to my parents, but to my friends. And like, I would just ignore people because I was fucking ignorant. And I was just like, I'd come downstairs from my house and I'd just be like this big ball of negative energy. I couldn't live like that. I'm not gonna live like that, especially to my loved ones. Share this video to someone who's maybe having a hard time being more positive. I hope this video helped you, and just remember one thing: smile. Smile every once in a while. You can force a smile, and maybe laugh a little. Laugh every day if you can.